Welcome back, all my YouTube subscribers, Twitter followers, all the big Giant fans out there. I don't know about you Giant fans, but I am sick and tired of watching this team lose. We are 1-7 this year. We're coming off a 3-13 season. And this week we take on the San Francisco 49ers, a team that is struggling just as much as we are. So can we please find a way to win this week? Over the course of history, these two teams have met 40 times, and in those 40 games, each team has won 20, so you can't get much more even than that. And back in the 80s and 90s, when these two teams met, people got excited because you had Montana versus LT, even as recently as that classic NFC title game in the 2011 season, but we are far away from that. And these two teams are the embarrassment of the NFL this year, and I can't believe this game is going to be played on Monday night. Now, last week, even though it was against the Oakland Raiders, the Niners came to life. They won 34-3. Mullins had a terrific game, and they got after the quarterback. They had 8 sacks, so the defense was unbelievable. The Giants' pass rush this year has been beyond pathetic. They have 10 sacks in 8 games. But if there is any good news to this matchup, the 49ers' offensive line is not much better than ours. They've surrendered 31 sacks, the same as the Giants. So the Giants should have some opportunities to get after the quarterback. Now, I know going into this game, a lot of Giant fans want the Giants to lose, and probably a lot of 49er fans feel the same way, but I can't root that way. I know a lot of Giant fans are calling this the Bosa Bowl, the Toilet Bowl. I can't stand watching my team lose. We need to find a way to win Monday night. And it starts with the coach. His play calling this season has been atrocious. Now, the newly acquired Jamon Brown should help the Giants' rushing attack if Pat Shurmur decides to run the football, because this guy is a pretty good offensive lineman. He was a 16-game starter for the Rams' offensive line last year, which was amongst one of the best in the league. So the Giants lucked out getting Jamon Brown. They're going to slot him in at the right guard position, and they'll put Greco on the bench where he belongs. So I expect the Giants to come out and try to run the football. So far, the Giants this season have passed more than any team in football. They have thrown the ball 70% of the time. And the last 3 weeks, it's been even worse. They've thrown the ball 74% of the time. They drafted Saquon Barkley, this workhorse running back, and they're running the ball 30% of the time this year on average. That's horrible. And I know what a lot of people say to that. Well, the Giants have been behind in all the games. That's not necessarily the truth. They've been competitive in a lot of these games, and there's been multiple games this year where Barkley's only ran the ball 4, 5, 6 times in the first half. If you go all the way back to the 2003 season, because that's as far as the website would go back that I looked this up on, no team has thrown the ball 70% of the time. The Giants are on pace to break records, and it makes no sense. You have a horrible offensive line that can't pass protect. You have a 38-year-old quarterback who's throwing up ducks. You need to give Eli some help. You need to run the football. The Giants have to come out in this game, and they have to run the football. Saquon Barkley, you drafted this guy for a reason. He hasn't run the ball 20 times in a game all season. Now, if I'm the Giants in the passing game, I'm not throwing these short and intermediate routes. The 49ers' weakness on defense is the deep ball. They rank 27th in the league at balls that are thrown 15 yards or more in the air. So expect Beckham to be heavily involved in the passing game. I expect Beckham to have over 100 yards in this game, and I think he's going to have a big day. Now, after last week, I'm sure a lot of 49er fans are excited because Nick Mullins looked terrific, but let's be real, it was against the Oakland Raiders. I get that he was 16 for 22, 260 whatever yards, 3 touchdowns, had a near-perfect QB rating. He looked great. But let's take the opponent into account. Let's also factor in that this guy was undrafted for a reason. So does this guy scare me? No, he does not. I don't expect Nick Mullins to tear up this New York Giants defense. Now, where the 49ers' strength has been this season is running the football. They rank 7th in the league in yards per carry, and they're actually pretty good at stuffing the run. They rank 8th in that department. So the Giants need to find a way to stuff the run, make Mullins beat you, because I don't think he's going to be able to do it again. The last couple of weeks, it had been a near-even distribution at the running back position between Mostert, Morris, and Breida. Mostert was doing a great job for this team as he was averaging 8 yards per carry. Last week, unfortunately, went down with a very bad injury, so it will be Breida getting the majority of the touches in this football game. So the Giants have to key in on Breida. You can't let them tear you up on the ground. The Niners are pretty good at controlling the clock. They rank in the top half of the league. So the Giants have to find a way to even out that time of possession. Keep your defense fresh. Now, when it comes to the passing game, the big weapon that the 49ers have is George Kittle. This guy has almost 700 yards in 9 games and only 41 receptions. He is averaging almost 17 yards a catch, which ranks 10th in the league and first among all tight ends. So the Giants have to key in on Kittle, make the receivers beat you, Do not let Kittle tear you up. Now, one spot where the 49ers have struggled mightily in this season is the turnover department. They've turned the ball over 18 times so far this year, which is 4th worst in the league, and they've only created 5, which is 31st in the league. The Niners rank 31st in the league in turnover differential at -13, which probably explains why their opponents start at the 32-yard line, which also ranks 31st. Because they haven't been able to create turnovers, their opponents have had great starting field position. So the Giants can't give the 49ers free points. Do not turn the ball over. So will the Giants be able to accomplish this? I don't know, but it's a pretty simple formula. This 49ers defense turns the ball over, and they struggle at creating turnovers. So you need to continue that. They need to create 2 or 3 turnovers, and they can't turn the ball over. If they do that, they'll win the football game. It's as simple as that, but can they do that? And Eli has to hit on some deep throws, and the Giants, for once, have to commit to running the football. Give Barkley the ball early and often. I want to see him get over 20 carries for the first time all year this season. Now, as far as my prediction goes, unless the Giants completely change their offensive philosophy, I can't see them winning this football game. And because of that, I think the Niners come out at home where they're 2-2 this year, and they find a way to win this football game. I think it'll be a close, competitive game. I see it something like 21-17 San Francisco. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we find a way to win this football game. Now, this week, as I will be doing for the remainder of the season, I will be live streaming the Giant game, which I'm extremely excited about. And Monday night, I have a legendary Giant YouTuber that's going to be joining me, Cobb Pizzle, and I cannot wait to stream the game with him on Monday night. If you liked what you watched, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Maybe give the entertainer a thumbs up. Let's talk about this Monday night matchup. Let's talk about what the Giants got to do going forward. And let's find a way to win this football game. As always, cheers.